The FBI, as it turns out, personally interviewed the Orlando club shooter twice before the attack. But did they ever check his social media account?
In public, like public posting,
public space,
social media?
Public space. Did the FBI do anything?
I don't know the answer. I don't think so.
Doesn't think so. How does that happen? Don't they have Google? Joining us right now is a former assistant director of the Counterterrorism Division of the FBI who helped track down the Unabomber. Terry Turchi joins us from San Francisco. Good morning to you, Terry.
Steve, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay. So in the case of the guy at the Pulse, also the case of the New Jersey, New York bomber, both these guys were on the FBI's radar, and yet nothing ever happened.
Well, Steve, they were interviewed, and we've now seen several cases like this. And I think what we're discovering is that the FBI shows up, the JTTF shows up a year, 2 years before even these people have decided in their own mind they're going to do something. And you can take these cases so far, whether they've checked the social media or not, and I hope they did, if they just found talk and if they just found discussions about things, there's not going to be much they're going to be able to do. What they have to find is action, and that's why you see a lot of these cases involve criminal informants and people next to the person. That's how you find out what's going to happen inside their head.
But, Terry, in the case of the New Jersey, New York bomber, apparently his dad went to the FBI and said, I'm a little worried about Junior. I think he's a terrorist. The FBI never even talked to the man who wound up making the pressure cooker bombs.
Well, again, I don't know what kind of investigation went on. I only know what I see in the media. I hope that's wrong. I hope they did talk to them. But again, you're looking at a set of facts. You have case agents making decisions. They take these things as far as they can. And look, you and I can talk about this till hell freezes over, but all of these people, every time they sign one of these things off and they make an assessment and they close it, are going to be worrying about it. Yeah. And they simply are not going to be able to catch that somebody's going to do something if that person hasn't made up their mind that they're going to commit a terrorist act.
Right.
And I think we'd be in a worse position right now if these people had never come across the FBI's radar. At least we're getting calls. But here's the weakness. We don't have the ability any longer to keep these cases out there for maybe a more prolonged period of time so we can keep going back to these people and checking on what's going on.
Real quickly, though, 30 seconds or less. One of the problems is the FBI handcuffed by political correctness in many cases regarding Omar Mateen and this Rahimi guy.
The FBI is constantly fighting a political philosophy that's really foreign to me in the whole time I've ever been in the FBI, all these decades. I think that the best example is this. We preach the message that you need to call the police, call the FBI if you're suspicious about something. Yeah. You need to trust them and confide in them. And yet, we've got the Department of Justice in city after city essentially kind of questioning whether the police are competent and capable and whether we can trust them. I really think that's a mixed message, and I think in an age of terrorism, that's destructive.
It is destructive. Just have to stay safe. And I know that FBI is doing the best, but these guys fell off the radar. Terry Turchi, thank you very much for joining us today from San Francisco. Easy for me to say. Thanks, Terry.